have 14 years of experience in Oracle apps in RISE W components with OAF. I have implemented many projects in OAF in Archwell. Currently working as a senior consultant in one of the top MNC in India. This is about my introduction. So let us start the demo. So before starting the demo, so let us go through the course curriculum. In the course, what we are going to discuss, the topics we'll see. So we'll see like introduction to OAF, then MVC Online Architecture, then BC4J Components objects, then OAF execution flow. Then after that we'll see JDeveloper tool features and how to set up, and its OAF folder structure and naming convention. Then we'll start with hands-on hello world page development, then how to debug. All those things we'll see in JDeveloper. And then we'll start the hands-on, like starting with employee login page, and how to build the search page, and also in search there are 3 types actually: manual search, then auto customization criteria, and then result-based search. All these 3 we'll cover. Okay. And after that we'll see Oracle column statements. Means you can create the employee records, or you can perform the DML operation using either entity object or Oracle callable statements. Nothing calling PL/SQL package procedures from OAF. 2 approaches we'll see. We'll also see how to perform validations in CIVO, AN, and LIVO. Then we'll see how to create the master child page and attachments. Then we'll see exception, error handling, tokens, and dependencies. And also we'll see LOS, dependent LOS, published, and also we'll see the most important concept in OAF, PPR, partial page rendering, with the combination of Skype. Okay. Using this, you can change the properties of the bean items in runtime. This is feature, stack layout region, pop-up page, return navigation, tilting the page, export OAF to CSV file. This is very important feature in OAF. And also we'll see fit message, means displaying instruction on the OAF pages and draw text. And also we'll see how to trigger XM publisher report from OAF. Then we'll see integrating OAF positioning workflow. With this we'll develop one application. That application, at the end of that development of the application, we'll deploy that application in OAF. We'll deploy that OAF application into server. So that's the detailed steps. And also we'll see profile options, personalization, and OAF extensions. Extensions means that extending VO and CO and with real time scenarios. So total around 30 to 35 sessions it will take to cover all these topics, and considering one day. So to talk about the scope of this OAF technology benefit. So everybody is having they are under the impression that now there is no demand in OAF for OAF. You can move to cloud. It's not a bad idea. Okay. So but still OAF has a demand, because recently Oracle told that they are going to support ERP till 2030. In fact, it's not 2030, it's about 2030. ERP is going to exist. So obviously, as long as ERP exists, OAF definitely it will be there. And also most of the customers are on Archwell actually. Okay, and if you see, most of the OAF screens are built in Archwell, and these screens are replaced. These T2K forms also replaced with these OAF screens. Okay, mostly. So definitely there will be good demand, and we'll get a work on support enhancement and custom application development. And also one more thing, it's easy to learn AI technology, because so whatever the concepts they use in OAF, so all the concepts are used in area. So if you look at BC4J objects, the business components for Java, which are basic building blocks for OAF technology. So the same concept is being used in ADF. So it's easy to learn ADF as well if you have hands-on experience. So in this demo we'll see, we'll discuss about overview of we'll see MVC architecture, then OAF onion structure, then we'll see basics of BC4J components at high level, and then we'll see finally hands-on how to develop this employee login page. So to start with OAF overview, so as you know, OAF stands for Oracle Application Framework. It's basically used to develop web pages in Oracle Apps platform. So web page is used to develop web pages in Oracle Apps platform. So basically to achieve this functionality, you need a IDE, means the integrated development environment. So here we'll be using JDeveloper, that is provided by Oracle. So if you go to Metalink, you can download that OAF patch and you can configure the JDeveloper. Then you can start developing the OAF pages. And using OAF, so we can achieve, you can do, application development, the custom application development, and you can do personalization. Personalization means you can change the look and feel of the OAF pages without touching any programming code. You can do extension. Extension means extending the seeded functionality. For example, there is a page, customer search page, standard customer search page. There's a client requirement saying, they want to see some extra fields on the search. Okay, there are some around 10 fields, for example. They want to see 2 more fields, customer related fields. In that case, what you do, those 2 fields are not enabled, not selected in view object. It's underlying view object. So in that case, what you do, then you go for Vivo extension, wherein by extending the Vivo, you will add those 2 columns. Then after that, using personalization, you can add those 2 columns on the customer search page so that you can see those 2 columns available on the customer search. This facility also available in OAF framework. So this high level overview of the OAF framework. Okay, and then coming to MVC architecture. MVC means model view architecture. So these are diagram for the model view controller architecture. Okay, so here I've taken example of login page. Once you log in with your credential and click on login button, it will generate the HTML request, and first controller object, controller class will receive an HTML request. Once it receives the request, it will decide. So it will decide whether I need to navigate to other page, or I need to invoke model. I need to interact with model for executing the business logic. Okay. So here what happens, when you log in, when you click on the login button, the HTML request will be received by controller. Then controller will call the model where we write the business logic. Here, what is the business logic in this scenario? The validating username and password. Upon successful validation of the username and password, control will return back to controller. Then after that, it will redirect to other page. So in Oracle Apps, when you log in, is successful, what happens? It will take us to the home page, right? So same thing here. So once the business logic is executed successfully and the login is successful, then control will return back from the model to the controller. Then it will take us to home page. So that's where this arrow mark depends. This view will be controlled. By this controller. So because the navigation of the page also decided by the controller. Okay, based on this business logic execution successfully. Okay, we are further it will be navigated to other page. So that is decided by the controller. So basically, the job of the controller is to direct the application code and also executing the business logic from the model. So once this is done, then again the HTML response will be returned back to here to the browser. So this is basically very clean architecture, because there is no dependency. Dependence in the sense, for example, suppose there is a change to be done in the model, for example, Okay, in that case, what happens? The developer will download only model related objects and he will start doing the work. Okay, in that case, so he doesn't bother about what is there in the view, what is there in the controller. Okay, of course, he will look at just for reference, but he doesn't need to touch the controller code and view layout. Just he will do the coding in model. Okay, independently, and just it will deploy the model back to server to achieve the functionality. So in this scenario, it's a clean interface, clean model view architecture, wherein maintenance will be very easy. So this is about the model view architecture, and now we'll see individual objects of the model, control, and the view. So yeah, model consists of basically Evo, Vivo, and Evo. Okay, EO stands for entity object. So basically, entity object is used to perform DML operation on OAF page. So if you want to create, delete, update the record on OAF page, then you will create entity object. So this can be based on entity object can be created out of table, synonyms, materialized views. And also in entity object you can write the validations. For example, salary, you are entering salary as negative. Okay, then you can throw the exception saying salary cannot be negative. And also the at two levels you can throw the validations. One is at the row level, other one is the attribute level validations. So these two types of validations you can do in entity object. So these are about the brief introduction of the entity object. So basically just remember that, as of for now, entity object is basically used to perform DML operations on the page and also validations. Yeah. Coming to view object. So view object is embedded basically with the query. So it's basically used to read the data from the database. So it's one real-time scenario search page. So you enter some search criteria and you click on the go button. Then after that, what happens? Using the view, you fetch the results from the database to the page using this VO query. So basically, VO will have the query inside this, and it's used to read the data from the database. And also, there are three types of VOs. First is for reading the data, read-only views, and other one is the dummy VO. Dummy VO means it doesn't have any query, but it will have transient attributes, the dummy attributes, which are used for using in spell for changing the properties of the bin. And third type is EVO based VO. Means after creating the EVO, we create the VO, then the VO will depend on the EVO. So in DML scenarios, if you want to perform DML operation, then you create the EVO, you have to create the VO also to hold that data. Then that VO will become, EVO based VO. So this is the third type of the VO. And coming to the AM, means application model. It's basically used to maintain the database context, and also this application model is responsible for connecting your OAF application to the database, and also in the runtime it will validate your credentials. So and also this application model is a container for view objects. Because why we have to attach view objects in AM is, if you want to expose view objects to the page, to the user interface UI, then you have to attach this VO to the AM. And also without attaching AM to the page, you cannot run the page. It is a mandatory property that you have to set before running any page. So these are about the model. So these three objects, EVO, VO, and AM will form model. Basically, model is a container for EVO, VO, AM. So these three objects are also called BC4J objects, the business components for Java. Coming to the view, this is nothing but a OAF page UI. So it's developed using UI XML technology. Okay. And if you open any OAF page, you can see all XML tags. Controller. So controller, any page is associated, any region is associated with the controller. So as discussed in MVC architecture, control is basically used for handling the button events and for directing the application flow. We'll use this controller. And also this controller is used to invoke the business logic that are defined in. So this is about the MVC objects. Coming to onion structure. This onion structure, if you look at this layer, it looks like onion, right? When you cut the onion, the structure of the onion, it looks similar to this one, right? That's why they named it as onion structure. Here you can see the sequence of execution of the flow. If you recall that MVC architecture login page, explaining MVC architecture using login page scenario. So when you log in by entering the data, by entering the credentials, when you click on the login button, first this OAF controller will receive the request. Once it receives, what happens? It will call that validation, business validation that is defined in application model. Then application model will take the help of view object, and it will validate the credentials from the database. Okay, username and password using the view object. Here entity object will not come into picture because login page it will not perform any DML operation. Okay? Then view object, what happens in this area? View object directly interacts with the database. Then it will fetch the results. Okay, back to view object. Then view object will return the results to application model, then controller. Then controller will navigate to next page, that is home page. So this is a sequence actually. This is very, very important to remember. So first controller, then application model, then view object, then entity object. If you are using DML page database. So controller can access the methods present in application model, but vice versa not possible. And application model can access view object, but vice versa not possible. Hence view object can access application model. View object can access entity object, but vice versa not possible. So similarly, entity object can access DB object. Means package closure function, or vice versa not for. That means the layer below it can be accessible above layer. Just remember that. That's all. Okay, this is very important concept. So this is about the online structure. Now let us see hands-on on employee login page. Okay. Yeah, so what we'll learn using this employee login page, we'll learn how to develop a page controller application model using JDeveloper, and also we'll see how it will interact with the objects in JDeveloper, how it will interact page, CO, and AM, and we'll see that execution flow of this code. Now we'll see we'll develop the login page. This is JDeveloper. So when you open the JDeveloper, so it looks like this. This is the application navigator. This is a log window where you can see the log principle. This is a property inspect. Now we'll see how to develop employee login page. Simple employee login page. So here first we have to create the OA workspace. Let's get a project name of OAF demo. We have to create one database connection. Since I have already created, I can see that. So we have to give these details: connection name, username, password, connection. This basically TN is entered for that instance, then test. Okay, here you have to add a DBC file. That is nothing but database connection file. Okay, so here you just give your responsibility that is attached to this operation. Once you do that, it will create like this in the tree structure. First one is BC. It is ending with JWS, right? In Java workspace, and after that JPR in Java project. Okay, yeah. This is a hierarchy. First workspace, under that you can have any number of projects. I am having only one project as of now. Okay. So you just click on this and just delete this. So here there is a bug in OAF in JDeveloper. So whenever you create that workspace in the project first time, so whatever the project that you have developed previously, that will come and attach here. Just remove them. These are not needed now. And then these as well. These are not needed actually. So let us develop the page. Okay. So coming to employee login. If you see any typical login page, what it will have? First it will have page. Page will have username, password text boxes, and with one button. That button is called login. Right? So this is a page layer. So coming to technically speaking, in OAF what are all things? Page is there. Page one is page. See, that's what. Whenever you receive whenever you get a requirement, first you have to note down what are all the objects in it basically. Okay? You have to build down. So then only it is easy to develop. Okay? Because this it's not a good practice to start the OAF page. It's being confused. First, you must know what are the objects you need, before starting any requirement. So page, and then I need a controller. Why I need a controller? Because to handle the button event. What is that button event? To handle login button event, right? To invoke business logic. I need application module. Why I need application module? For business logic. So for now, these objects are enough. Okay. Yeah. So we'll see developing that object, developing that page. Click on new, right click new, DC OA components, under website OA component, select the, just give one name, access, empty. Here you just give the package, the folder basically where you want to store this, keep this. So I'm going to give OAF demo. So here you can give anything as per your project, as per project name. Suppose if you are working in GE, then you can give exception. It depends on your project. Okay? You have to start with custom code. I'm giving OAF demo. It's a standard naming convention of Oracle shorthand. I'm taking OAF shorthand, that is FND. Oracle.apps.fnd.tmt is the model. So all page, PG and CO will go on the page. That's why I'm giving this part. Okay. Just click on OK. Okay. In the application navigator, I created the page, and if you highlight this in the below, you can see structure window. In the structure window, you can see the components attached to this page. So these are region. These are topmost region OAF. That's called page layout region. Page layout region. Okay. Page layout region. Let us design the layout. First, username password you have to attach, right? Okay. Before attaching username password, you have to create one region. In OAF, for better alignment, you have to use different types of regions. Okay. Currently, I am using a region called message component layout for better alignment, okay, and for better look and feel. This is message component. And then use username password. Under this, you will create two text boxes. One is for username, text input, that is user ID. Let us give the name to it. Okay, now I add login button, right? Okay. For that, what we do? So under message component layout, there is no option to add the button, but we can add the button with the help of layout. Just add first message layout. Okay. Under the message layout, we just add a button. That is login button. Just change the style to submit button. So let's give one here. Let's give the prompt. That is login. Okay. That's all. Now my page design is ready. Okay. Page design is ready. Okay. As I told you during this model explanation, AM explanation. So without attaching AM to the page, you cannot run the page, right? So then we'll create the AM application model. Before that, we'll create controller. Why we need controller? We have seen, right? To handle the button. Okay. Yeah. So let us create the controller. Controller you can set at any region, and also page layout region. Also, you have to set display at page layout region. This is a controller. So how to create this? Right click, new controller. So there is a bug in OAF in JDeveloper. We just remove one API. It will end with C. All the controllers will end with C1. And also make sure your C1 matches with your page name. So that by looking at that, I should make out, like this CO is associated to this page. For that reason, for our convenience, we'll give the same page name, but it will end with CO. Okay, just click on OK. Yeah. See, CO class has been created. Okay, this is a page layout region. Yeah, see, the CO has been set here. Okay. Now, CO is created, page is created. We'll write the logic later in CO. And now let us create AM. How to create? Do you see no application model? This is the one navigation, and other one is you can create like this also. So we'll use this here, application model. Next, EMP login AM. Okay, application model, it will end with AM, and it will go under search. All C1 page will go under page, and the AM view will go under. So we'll have an INTL Java class wherein we'll write our business logic. Before that, you just attach that AM to the page location. This is the AM definition. Just select it, and the right side you can see property inspector. You can see this property. Just browse it and select accept AM below. This is what we created just now. Just attach. And also give window title and page title. Login page. Give the same name to title as page title. So before going, to write the logic, let us run the page and see how to run. Select this page, right click, run. It is running. Let us see. Okay, this is the layout of the page. This is the window title, this is the page title, and these are the text boxes for entering username and password. This is the login button to validate the credentials. Okay. Okay, now let us write the logic. Okay. So what I said in previously, AM is used for writing the business logic, right? That is defined on Java function here. How to write the Java function? Public string. I'm going to return whether login is successful or not. So that's why I'm keeping the return type as string. Public string. Just give one name, validate login. So it will take two parameters. What is that? One is username. The one is actually in the real-time login page. What happens? They will take the parameters from the window from the page and they will validate against the database tags. Here, just for demo purpose, I am developing login page. So here I will hardcode username and password. Okay. So whatever the values that you are going to enter from the page, those entered values will be validated against to the hardcoded value. Okay. I'm not going to implement exact login page. Okay. Just we are going to hardcode the username and password. Okay, and to validate with the values with the credentials that are entered in the page. Okay, we'll see that. So what you write generally, actually, I'm going to hardcode username as OAF demo like this. Okay, if it is equals, so it's not case sensitive, right? So we can write equals. Please ignore case. Yeah, ignore case. Username. And you have to use AND condition, right? Because username and password both should match, right? Add, enter, and ampersand is double ampersand is used for to validate AND condition in Java. Okay. So here password. I'm keeping password also same. Demo equals. It's not case sensitive, right? Just we have used equals the password. So here what happens? I need to return one flag, S flag. So before that I'll declare one variable for flag. Validate flag. And keeping it as no first. Okay. So if it is successful, if it matches, then I'm keeping it as. So if my login is successful, this indicates that these both are equal. If the credentials that you are entering on the page are matching with these hard-coded values, then I'm setting the flag as S, means it is successful. Okay. Else I'll throw an exception saying login is failed. Okay. So it will ask to import for exception class, alt enter. Just write the message. Import login. Wait, some message will be okay. So it's an error, right? What is the type of exception? It's going to be error. First I'm keeping error. Okay. So here, since the return type is string here, just return the value. These are flag, right? So where I'm going to return, I need to return back to controller, because this is going to be invoked from the controller. Then now we'll develop the controller logic. Just go to the controller. In the controller, by default, it will take two methods: process request, process from request. Process request is it's basically during the page load. If you want to set some values, you want to perform something, then you'll write the logic here. But to handle the user event, meaning the button events, you have to write the logic in the process from request. So that's why I'm going to write it. So I selected process from request. Okay. So how to check whether your button is clicked or not? How to check that condition? We'll see. Because when my button is clicked, then only I should execute the business logic, right? Business logic, correct, man? So that's why I need to first check button event. How to check? Okay. This is standard syntax: page context dot get parameter. What is the button name? Okay. Means this will check basically whether my button is clicked or not. Okay. If it is clicked, what should I do? First, I have to get the parameters values from the page, right? How to get the parameter values? Page string. What is the first criteria? Sorry, what is the first one? First credential. First value in the credential user. Page context. How to get page context of get parameter. This is my user ID. Just copy this. It's a case sensitive. Make sure it will matches with your ID exactly. Then after that, pass. Yeah. So here, one important thing that you must know. Here, now I got the parameters, right? Now I got the parameters. I need to pass these parameters to my AM. Okay, to invoke this, right? I have to invoke this this method which is defined in AM. I need to invoke from C, right? Controller. So to access this method, I need to create an object which is pointing to my application module, right? Then only I can access this method, because this method is present inside this AM class. Okay, I need to create an object which is pointing to my application module. Then only I can access this method. Okay, let us create the object first. How to create the object for the application module? Okay, application module. Okay, page context dot get. This is standard syntax for creating application model option. Okay. Yeah. So this is my application model object. Okay. Yeah. So now I got the object. Now I need to pass the parameters. I need to pass the parameter. There is something called serializable array. Using that serializable array, I can pass the parameters. Just define it. Serializable. It came right here. Alt enter. Select the first one. Okay. The parameters. This is standard syntax. Just open a curly brace and just keep the parameters variables. Okay. Now how to invoke am dot. What is the method name? And other parameters, the parameters array. That's all. Done. So now see here, once button is clicked, first what I'm doing, I'm getting the parameters, and then I'm keeping the parameters in the serializable array. Then I'm passing the serializable array to the method. So I'm invoking the method using am.invoke. Why I'm using am? Because this method is present in application module. That's why I'm creating an object which is pointed to my application module, and then using am.invoke method I'm calling the business logic. Correct? Now let us run the page and see. Okay. Till this point whatever we have developed, just to test it. Okay. What if you just click on select this page and hit run. Okay. And let us see what happens. So now it's done. Now let us enter the some wrong value, wrong data. Just enter password test, for example. Click on login. System employee login failed. Now let us enter the same. Nothing happened because after returning the value we are not performing any action, right? And we are not doing any message also. That we'll see now how to do. And also there is an issue with this design also, because we are not supposed to show this password, right? Correct, no? We are not supposed to show this password. Okay, you have to hide this, right? That we'll see how to do. Okay. So now two things pending. One is you have to hide this password, you have to mask this password, and other one is upon the successful of the login, I need to take my control to the some other page. Okay, that we'll see both things. First we have to mask the password. How to mask? We'll see. Password, just select this password ID. Here there is one property called secret. Do you see secret? Set this property to true. Set the property to true. Okay, now that is done. Next is you have to direct this application to OAF page once the login is successful. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one dummy page. Let's create one dummy page, new OAF components page. Okay. Okay, what will do? Index OAF demo page. Demo page. Okay. Just create a page. So this is my page region. Page region. Set the AM definition. Okay. AM definition. And just give enter title. Welcome to OAF demo. Okay. Just give the page title. Welcome to OAF demo session. Okay. That's all. So here I'm not handling any button events on this page. That's why I'm not going to keep any CO for this. Just I'm display the message saying OAF welcome to OAF demo session. Okay. Now, so I need to redirect this to from login to this page. How to do? We'll see. So first you have to capture this parameter, this variable. Okay. So I'm returning this variable, right? Where I'm returning? I'm returning this to where? The controller. How to capture this? We'll see. This will return. Okay, that string type variable, that is string. You can keep any variable name equal. Correct? Huh? So here there's a typecast you have to see typecasting you have to do. This is written if you read the message, string is expected, but it is written serializable. In that case, what to do? You see red bulb here, just click on this, just click on cast to java.lambda string, means typecasting string. Typecasted to string means that serializable object has been converted to string because the variable is in string. Okay, now what you do? What you are returning actually upon successful? Yes, right? Yes, yes, correct, na? So you have to check like this. If x is equals to validate flag. Correct, na? Is capital or you can use equal lowercase anything. Okay, yes. Then how to navigate to home page. In real time in Oracle apps, when you login is successful, it will take us to home page. Right? Same thing here as well. Okay. So how to do that? Page context dot set forward URL. Set forward URL. Using this API, you can navigate to any page. Okay. So first parameter will be your target page path. How to do? OA dot is dot page equal to. So what is the path of the demo page? This is a path, right? OAF demo, Oracle Apps, FND, Web UI, OAF demo page, right? Correct, na? So that path you have to give here. Okay. or a class setting the ENT. What is the page name? You have to give actual path of the page. What is the page name? F6 OAF demo page. Correct? Okay. Here. So here you can give null. Next parameter is null. Just I'm not explaining in detail. So once we start the course, I can explain in detail, in depth. Okay. Yeah. So after that, we constants. Just import this constants. Just menu context. This is for a global menu context, keeping the menu context with global buttons. This is the hashmap parameter, which we are not passing any parameters. Here, return AM true is a property true, and then what else we have? Add breadcrumbs. Add breadcrumbs. Yes, I'm adding breadcrumbs. And here. These are the 8 parameters. 8 parameters. First one is your, absolute path of the target page. And then this form function, we are not using anything because we are using this direct page name. Keep menu context name to keep this menu with global buttons. And then null, you are not using any specific this hashmap parameter, we are not passing any parameters. Retain AM, this AM property to setting true to maintain the database context. This is to add the breadcrumbs. This error means if there is an error, it will stop the processing. Okay. Now let's see. When you see S, we are not basically redirected to demo page. So let's click on login. Just on this page and see. Just add what is it? OAF. Okay, now OAF. See, it's masked, right? The password is masked now. Yes, not. Good. What is the issue? See, this source. It is saying illegal argument exception. Okay, got it. Here the syntax is wrong here. Here void.jsp, you are not supposed to use dot, you have to use question mark. Okay, it's a syntax issue, not an issue. You'll run again. And also, if you see here in the login page, I don't see any mandatory bit, right? So actually, it should be mandatory parameters, right? That's why you have to set one required property to S. Just go to login page, select the username first, DC required, set this to S, so that it will become mandatory. Similarly, select password, required property set to S. Okay. Now you run the page again. Whenever it's mandatory, when this asterisk mark will come, just click on login without entering. Let us see what it is. See, it's coming, right? Value must be entered for username and password. Okay. Now enter username void demo. Then OAF. This has been redirected to the next page. What is it? Welcome to OAF demo session. This is the page, right? This is what we have written, right? Upon the successful of the login, I am redirected to OAF demo session page. Or in real time, what happens? When the login is successful, it will take us to home page. Here what I did, I just redirected my login to my control to Next, that is OAF demo. Okay. So these about the hands-on, on employee login. Okay. Hope you understand. So like this, for each and every exercise, we will see hands-on and we will exclude the pages, and so that's how it goes actually in the course. Okay. There will not be much theory. Mostly we will focus on real-time scenarios by developing in front of you guys like this. Okay. So now I would like to show you the applications, the OAF application that we developed in the patches and deployed on the server. This is my user instance. Let's log into operations. Here I deployed one OAF application. That's still going on actually. That is still in progress. But whatever I have developed so far that I have deployed. So if you see, for access demo, let us see this. Yeah. So this is a login page, and this is a tick message. Just enter one. This is a search page that we have developed. And we used MOVs, and we used attachments. You can create the record using keyword based or PL/SQL. You can create the record with the drop down. You can attach the you can attach the documents to it. Okay, you can do all these things. Okay, yeah, it's still in progress. We are going to add a workflow notification and invoking the publisher code to fetch this data. All these things are pending, still going on. Okay. So we have completed this, right? Hope you understand. So in this course, we'll develop two projects. One is employee module. Basically, it will have simple search, create, and update of the employee records. Okay, covering switcher, LOVs, published, attachments, and everything. In project 2, we'll add addition to our project. That employee module will add compensation details and approving those compensation details by clicking the option. Okay. These things will do. As such, there is no certification available in OAF in market like EBIS, and but MindMajix will provide post completion certificate. And lab setup will provide 24/7 remote access for accessing during the course period. Okay, so I just logged into one server, right, for showing the demo. So same you can use for your practice. And after the course also, around 25 to 30 days will give access to that instance so that you can practice additional course results. Yeah. I'll provide daily notes and documents, references, and if you need, I can provide sample, resumes and the guidance in preparing the results. So you can reach out to me, or you can discuss with MindMajix if you have any questions regarding the timings and resource allocations. Okay, guys, thanks for your time. Just provide your feedback. Okay, thanks.